Mr. Lewison.
Since the process was established in June 2021 to review applications to import embryos back to Singapore for assisted reproduction treatment for couples affected by the COVID-19 travel restrictions, the Ministry of Health has received 62 such applications. Of these, 59 applications were unsuccessful. 3 were unsuccessful as they did not meet the regulatory requirements stipulated in the licensing terms and conditions for assisted reproduction services, such as exceeding the allowed egg donor age limit.
Mr. Lewison.
Thank you, sir. I thank PALSEC for the reply. 2 clarifications. Can PALSEC actually share what are the other reasons why there was such a high rate of rejection? 2, I asked earlier whether MOH can have established a standardized application form so that people can just fill in to apply to import the embryos back in Singapore. And I think that will help reduce the stigma of couples undergoing IVF and also reduce the stress. So a standard application rather than an appeal which makes them feel like they're begging to import their own embryos back to Singapore. Thank you.
I thank member for the question. Firstly, I just want to express how I understand the anxieties of the couples going through this process, especially during such times. I know their concerns and the urgency of such situations. I would just like to highlight, though, that I mentioned earlier that there were 62 applications in total. 59 were successful. So it's not really a high rate of rejection. And really, the rejection was as a result of not meeting the regulatory requirements stipulated in our licensing terms and conditions for assisted reproduction services. So that's something that you need to align by. And actually, in respect of the other point about the standard forms and application, I recall we had this exchange about a year back in relation to this matter. And actually, Mr. Louis Ng had raised this point about making it convenient and using a standard form. Actually, we had taken on board Mr. Ng's previous suggestion, and to facilitate the MOH review of the increasing number of appeals at that juncture, MOH developed an online application form specifically for the purposes of such appeals. A circular was issued on 3rd of June 2021 to all licensees providing AR services under the Private Hospitals and Medical Clinics Act that set out the conditions for appealing to import gametes or embryos during the COVID-19 travel restrictions. And the information that MOH would require to carry out this review. So I hope that addresses the member's query.